2. Now, as I say, I don't know whether it dropped out back there or not. So YouTube has been a bit funny the last couple of days with dropping out. It happened to me last weekend for no apparent reason in an area that's very good for internet. I never normally have a problem in the village with the internet, so I don't know quite what was going on there. Anyway, we've gone off the stream and we turned it back on again, so we'll see what happens people-wise. You haven't missed much. We stopped at exactly the point that we've restarted at. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Whether it was just a lack of numbers this morning or whether it was the dropout. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, so we are now heading up towards the fields where a little bit with you all. Azra will go to the loo because that's her normal place every single morning, unless she's desperate. She was very desperate yesterday morning if you were with me. She'd been a long time before that. I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's so nice to have the natural light and we can actually do these strolls properly without having to worry about lights on collars and jackets and head cams. Oh. I enjoy doing the strolls during the week, but it's a lot of work. Anyway, see how we get on. I do feel we've got going to have a low number morning this morning somehow. Don't know whether it's just gone on that bit earlier today, because Sunday's usually a really good day for numbers. And it looked like they were building up on the last one till the damn thing cut out. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll keep going for now. Just heard the 7 o'clock chimes there. So here we are, and this is yesterday, guys. And it's only probably about half an hour earlier than this yesterday that we literally couldn't see any of this. It was horrendous over here yesterday. It was such a shame. Azra's deciding where she wants to go. Alright, she's going to the loo now, guys, so just bear with. Azra, come on. Come off the pitch. That's it. Good morning to, is that Abby Hilby? The writing's really small on my phone, I'm sorry. My voice is croaking away as well. Right, just got to clear up after Azra, guys. Just give me 1 second, we'll be straight back. Wait. Oh. That's lucky, Azra, that was the last one. Right, guys, we are back. Thank you for the like. Hi to Spear as well. So if you're new to the channel, do like and subscribe. I don't know if any of you were with me on the first one we did. It cut out, and I don't know whether it was still broadcasting or not, so I just cut it off and started again. So apologies for that. If it ever happens like that, I would always come back on. So if you are ever watching, just give it a few minutes and I would always come back on again. Just YouTube is very, very hit and miss. It has moments in time where it is just absolute rubbish. And I'm not just saying that. I've heard it from other vloggers that do lives as well, that it can be fine for weeks and then it just goes through a phase where it's just rubbish. I don't know whether it sort of prioritises other things over life sometimes. I've no idea. Anyway, the internet hasn't changed. 5G signal hasn't changed. So yeah, quite strange. Thank you for the likes. Do make sure we like and subscribe. We do this every morning. Obviously, Azra is in front. Azra, there you go. Good girl. Good girl. Say hi to your fans. Good girl. She's a rescue dog. She was found in a cardboard box at the side of a motorway. So she was a very, very scared puppy when we got her. But over time, you wouldn't know there was any problems other than she's still afraid of sort of cars and anything bigger when they go past us on the road. You know, when we're out and about, and at home she's absolutely fine. Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, she's a good girl. She is a good girl. Where's everyone watching from this morning? Interesting. I know you've got a decent amount of people on and commenting. Where's everybody watching from this morning? I was looking again at my sort of audience figures, and it's still quite extraordinary to me that, well, it's not extraordinary that UK is first, because it should be. I'm in the UK. But America being number 2, and now I think Australia's moved into number 3 again. Very tight between Australia and Japan, which I find quite extraordinary actually. But at the times of the day I go out, and the time zones around the world, it doesn't shock me actually, to be honest. Absolutely. Timbuktu, wow, nice place. Visited it just last weekend. So it wasn't this pitch James played on, but it was a pitch further away. The goals actually go away. But that was the pitch they played on yesterday. These pitches, I must say, they held up very well to the storm that we had on Friday. I mean, guys, it started raining at about 8 o'clock on Thursday night in the southeast. And it didn't stop raining, I kid you not, probably until about 10, 11 o'clock on Friday night. And we're not talking about drizzle, it was pouring. And I thought, oh, this game's going to get called off. They always call them off. And a lot of games were called off, if I'm honest. But these pitches here held their own, and they played really well. I started talking about the game, and I don't know whether it cut off or not. But I'm not going to go through it all again. But suffice to say, if you've been with me during the week, I have been saying that they've got a hard cup game on Saturday, i.e. yesterday, and it was going to be tough, and they sometimes talk themselves into losing. They played a team that was 2 leagues above them and middle of their league. We're top of our league at the minute, so call it 1.5 leagues above if you like. We beat them 8-1 to continue our cup run. It's pretty amazing. You know, they really are there for each other in these games. They know they're playing against, on paper, better teams, but pound for pound, I would say only a couple of their players would have got into our team yesterday. Hi to Luke, morning to you. Make sure we are liking and subscribing. Does really mean a lot for the channel. And I'm so pleased I'm actually being able to keep this pace up this morning, guys. My leg, which again, if you've been with me, you'll know I pretty much foobarred coming back from Disneyland Paris. Stupid accident. Azra, come on, good girl. Stupid accident that happened. But this is the first walk I can genuinely say to you, almost 3 weeks after the event, that I'm managing to keep the pace up. I did put loads of cold gel on last night before bed, and again this morning when I woke up. But it usually doesn't make a damn difference. This is amazing. A little bit of tightness. A little bit. Go on, Azra, good girl. So, this is sort of in a bit going to be coming up to the halfway point, and you can just know how much rain we had. It is just so boggy and wet and squelchy underfoot. You can just see how much rain we've had over the last sort of 2 or 3 days. Come on, Azra. I'm doing my very best not to fall over. My shoes that I wear, my walking Sketcher shoes, are pretty good, I must say. They've got pretty good grips on them. But now we're coming into the wooded area. Azra, what are you doing, you silly old dog? Come on. She loves going behind, and then she gets herself tangled up. And then she looks at me as if, well, it's your fault. I suppose as the accompanying adult, I am at fault. She is 4.5, well, 4.5 in dog years. So, what's that make her, 28? So she's not a child. Hi Amber, I guess you're in the UK after your very patriotic flags, so welcome to you. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It depends where you are, Luke, obviously in the UK, as to how bad this weather's been. I mean, Wales and up north have been really, really, really badly affected. In the sort of southeast, you know, we've been quite, well, we're always quite lucky here. The weather needs to be particularly bad for us to get it bad. We're usually pretty lucky here. Sort of a lot of the time, the Atlantic storms that we usually get most of this bad weather from, we're sort of the last really to get it, depending on how it comes in. So a lot of the sort of harsh weather sort of hits Ireland, sort of Cornwall, Wales, sort of that sort of southwest part of the UK, I guess. Sounding very geographic and weatherman-like. I'm really not. I know my compass, but I was talking about it just yesterday, about how we seem to be very lucky at avoiding the worst of it. But we are very, very lucky. So I'm trying to be careful along here, guys, because there are routes like that. And there's one in particular that sticks up. And with all these leaves, I honestly can't see it at the minute, but it's coming. And it's the wrong, in fact, if I go onto the left, if I do trip it, it'll be my better leg that takes it rather than the bad leg. I just can't see it. Maybe I've gone past it already and didn't even realise. You think we'd see it because it does stick up a lot. Anyway, for now we've either avoided it or we haven't got to it yet. That's another one, but that isn't the one I was talking about. It's more of a sort of where a tree used to be. We're at the end now, so we must have gone past it, and I've not realised, which is quite handy. So when we get to the end here, we will let me just have a look at these comments. I can't see them all. So Amber, this is Azra, and she is a cross. Azra, there you go, good girl. She is a cross between a beagle and a Labrador. So she's a Labrador size with beagle colour. And as I say, she is mud sliding. She is a rescue dog. Come on. Come on, let's get off the mud. I've got to clean you up when we get home. Yeah, she's a rescue dog, and she was found at the side of a motorway in a box where some horrible, disgusting person had left her, and yeah, we rescued her. She was 6 months old when we got her. Is Nova a friendly Rottweiler? I know a lot of people that sort of worry about them, just the name, but I also know a few Rottweilers that we come across if we come out during the day, and they're as friendly can be. I think it's a lot about the owners, to be honest with you, with dogs, to be honest with you. Now, we are going to go past Azra's horsey friends in a minute. Now, it depends where they are in the field as to whether Azra's actually that bothered. If you've been with me throughout the summer, you'll know that when they're close to the fence, she wants to have a chat with them, which is very, very cute. But the owners, obviously, for obvious reasons, move them around the field, so they don't cut up and churn up the field, especially at this time of year, when we've had, the weather we get in the UK. So we'll see how we get on. And then once we've done that, we'll see where we are number-wise and then go from there, really. Because this is the second part, because the first part actually cut out of the stroll, which is very annoying. As I've said before, YouTube goes through phases. Right, well, we've got two of them just there, and I'll show you in a minute. I couldn't show you through a bush, but I don't think she'll see, well, she will see them maybe. And there's another one right here. So you've got one here, looking at us. Then we've got the other two here. So we'll see what Azra makes of it, because this one is quite close. It's the closest it's been for quite a while. She's too worried about sniffing at the minute. Azra, are we looking at your horsey friends this morning? Look. No? You're not bothered? No? I don't think they're bothered by you, to be honest with you. That's a lovely comment to put on there, Luke. I'm glad you shared that with us. Everyone hates sick. All right, come on, Azra, let's go. Come on, Azra, let's go. Oh, you've just seen it. That's just we're walking off. Because you were too worried about sniffing and eating grass. That's the problem. I think Nova is not in the minority for crazy sniffing. That is what Azra seems to do all the time. Anything she can sniff for, she will sniff. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think in a few minutes we're going to wrap this up. So if you haven't already, do like and subscribe. We've had a pretty good turnout in the end, and it's been really, really great, all the interaction this morning. It makes the stroll go so quick, and if I'm honest with you, it takes my mind off my leg, which is not hurting that much at the minute, but I guarantee to you if we weren't chatting it would have been. So thank you for that. What are we on? Oh. I forgot to put my watch on to do the timer, so it's just reminded me, so I put it on. Whether it will have got the whole stroll, who knows, but we'll wait and see when we get back. Gonna be doing enough walking today, guys. We're going to Lakeside later for our sins. Haven't been there in that, well, I actually was saying earlier on, I don't know the last time we went there. Generally don't know. That's a good age for a dog. They're the best, they're active, they've got their attention is brilliant. I think between 3 and 7, maybe even earlier than that, 2 and 7 we'll say, is the best age for dogs. Because between 0 and 2, they're still learning a lot. They're pushing the boundaries, with owners, seeing what they can get away with. And then sort of, depending on what dog you've got, sort of after 7, they're sort of slowing down a bit. And yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It really is. But I think that magic age, 2 to 5, those 5 years are the best years. I really do. Having experienced a few dogs now, I think that's probably right. That's not to say after 7 they're not cute and great, because they are, but they're just a bit slower. And I think you notice it with some dogs as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. Azra? You going to say goodbye, Azra? Good girl. And we will reconvene tomorrow morning, but it will be earlier than this, guys. We're normally out about 5 a.m. with artificial lights. So join us if you can, but do make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers, guys, and have a great day.